All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Target Talk. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Justin. I got Mike.
What up?
And today in the studio, we got Ace Diosa with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for coming by.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming through. Appreciate it.
Well, we're going to jump right on in. This question I always ask everybody who comes in. This is the first
Lord.
question. Now, everybody's response is different just because of the question. But for those who don't know, who is Ace Diosa?
Ace Diosa is an entrepreneur in all the ways you can think. Model mentor, model instructor, event coordinator, a lot of things. But personality-wise, caring, thoughtful, and just I love helping others. So that's why I started StrutByAce Model Mentor to help my fellow models. So yeah, that's who's Ace.
Okay.
Very well rounded.
Yes.
Yeah. I try to be. I try to be.
So does the name Ace Diosa have a story behind it?
Yes. So I'm Puerto Rican and Black. And Diosa means goddess in Spanish. And Ace, of course, is number one. So it means number one goddess.
Okay.
That's
okay.
fine.
Nice. Yeah.
That's better than like a lot of people's stage names that come through here. Because we get a lot of rappers in here.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't really have that much thought into their names and stuff. But like, I like that you put thought into it. So you grew up in Houston. Mm-hmm. What was it like growing up out there?
Oh, Houston, I grew up, well, I wouldn't say fully grew up, but I was born Fifth Ward. It's the trenches. Yeah. So that wasn't really a good upbringing in the hood. But my mom, she's a nurse, and, you know, she got us out of the hood. We moved to Spring. We moved to, like, Tomball and Kirkendall. So that was the nice area on the outskirts of Houston. So I had a good upbringing in Houston for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. What's the beef between Dallas and Houston? Can you explain that? Because like, I don't
honestly, it's like I don't understand the beef.
Yeah.
I love both. Mm-hmm. But when I moved to Dallas, all my Houston people was like, "You in Dallas?" Yeah. Ugh. And I'm like, y'all didn't say that when I was in Austin. Like, what's up with Dallas? Yeah. So I didn't know it was like this dynamic until I moved here. And honestly, I feel like they're sleep on Dallas. And they're going to hate me for that. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Because Dallas is well-rounded. So it's turn up, but it's also family. And it's also in a creative space, a nice place to be. It's building and it's growing in a creative way. So that's what I love. In Houston, honestly, I probably think this because I've been there most of my life, but it's old.
Okay.
It's old. The partying gets old, and that's what they're good for. So when I want to turn up, I might go back to Houston. Yeah. I'm going to hit the rodeo this year, though, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Have you ever been? Is that
no,
like,
I haven't been.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
That should be dope. That should be
Yeah.
dope. Yeah. I mean, I love Houston. Justin knows. I big up Houston every chance I get.
Are y'all from here? Y'all from Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just don't get the beef, but like I have a good time when I'm in Houston. But I do get it like
because you be turned up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
Yeah. It's good to turn up. I don't think I could live out there, but
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So growing up, what was young Ace like?
I was a crybaby. Like, I stayed in the house under my mama. I was a mama's girl. I looked just like my mama. Shout out to my mama. And honestly, I was spoiled. I got everything I want, and I was just like a crybaby. Honestly, it was no real. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question. Besides, I was a crybaby. All the pictures, my young pictures, I see because when you get older, you kind of forget certain things as you were younger, right? Especially your personality when you was like 5 or 6. But you see old pictures, and I'm just crying in every picture. I'm like, what was wrong? What y'all was doing to me? Like, ain't no way I was crying that much. Because now I'm not a crybaby. Like, I'm still spoiled, but it's, I don't know, it's not cryish.
You don't be crying all the time. Okay. Because I'd be a little concerned if, like, as a model, you were still crying in all your pictures. Yeah. You know, I'm glad.
Right.
I'm glad you got it.
Now I'm just like, everybody thinks I'm a bitch. But I'm not. I swear I'm not, guys.
You get that a lot?
Yes.
Really?
My demeanor, like when I walk in a room, but I'm a type of person, I'm an observer, and I have social anxiety, so I don't say much unless I'm spoken to. And sometimes that can come off as like I'm unapproachable or things of that nature. But I genuinely have a resting bitch face. Can I cuss?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay. I have a resting bitch face. And, but on the inside, I swear I'm smiling ear to ear.
Yeah.
And especially if you talk to me, of course, I'm just the first thing you're going to see is my teeth. So, yeah.
So with that social anxiety, how do you balance that with modeling? Because that's a very social job.
That's a great question. So, most models are shy, believe it or not, and have social anxiety because there's so much attention that we're getting. But for me, I balance it out by breathing first. And also, I just wanted to get myself out of that. I'm like, why am I so shy? This is what I want. And if I want this, I have to bring the personality with it, not only with people that I'm comfortable with, but also people that don't know me. Because first impression is everything, especially in this industry. It can make or break you. So for me, I just threw myself out there, honestly. I went to networking events, and shout out to Willie Johnson. I used to go to his networking events and things of that nature. I didn't know anybody in the room but him. So at first I'm like, Willie, what are we doing? Who's who? And he's like, this is this person, this is that person, this is that person. But then by the second networking event, I'm just, hi, my name is Ace. How are you? What do you, and just putting myself out there, even though on the inside, my heart is like jumping out of my chest. Nobody realized it. Yeah. So I just throw myself out there because the more you speak and the more you interact with other people, especially large crowds, you'll get over that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So was modeling always the vision, or did it kind of just find you?
Honestly, it just found me. Okay. When I was younger, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you should be a model," and telling my mom, "You should put her in modeling," things of that nature. And I was working at Greenspoint Mall in Houston. It's a ghetto mall.
That's the ghetto one.
Oh, yeah. I think it's shut down now. Yeah. I used to love that mall. I don't care what nobody say. That was my mall. Yeah. So I worked for this company. I forget the name, but I was like 16, still in high school, and we was making T-shirts. So a fashion designer came in to pick up the T-shirt order. So she was like, "Do you model?" I don't know why I said yes. I don't know why I lied to that lady, but I was like, yes. And she was like, "Well, I have a fashion show this weekend. Can you walk?" And I was like, "Of course." I didn't even ask my mom yet. I'm like, "Yeah." So that weekend, that night when I got off, I went home. I'm YouTubing how to walk like a model, how to look like a model, like how to pose and all of this. And that Saturday I went and I killed it and I fell in love.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just off rip. Just off of YouTube.
I'm I wouldn't say impulsive, but I'm adventurous. Mm-hmm. So I love trying new things and I love facing my fears. So, yeah.
Okay. So what was your first shoot like?
It was horrible, in my opinion. Like, I thought I did great at that time, but I realized when the photographer have to tell you every second where to move your face, how to pose, and what to do, you're not being a great model or a good model. And granted, he knew I was new, and I knew I was new, but I thought I was doing the big one. I was like, He was like, a little, close your mouth just a little bit. Open your eyes a little bit more, because when I smile, my eyes go like this. And I didn't realize it until that day. So, like, some of my pictures came out looking crazy. Came out looking horrible. So, one thing I love to do, though, I love to look at my pictures or my work afterwards and kind of like criticize myself in a way, not in a bad way, but to learn and to grow from that. So if I see a mistake and I'm like, or it may be good, but I'm like, I can do this better. I'm going to do it better next time. So definitely learning experiences.
You still got the pictures from that first shoot?
No.
You don't go back?
Nobody's ever going to see those.
You don't go back and think like how far I came?
I'll go back to the crybaby pictures before I go to those.
Before you go to that? Okay. I respect it.
So before the learning experiences came, before you got into modeling, what did you think it would be like?
Honestly, I just thought it was glitz and glamour and that I was just going to be pretty and get all the attention and get paid for being pretty. And I was like, that's easy. Let's do it. Got in. I'm like stressed out. Okay. Definitely being healthy. I had to learn like hydration, healthy eating it makes a big difference. And you don't realize it because you think when you model, you're just, posing for like an hour or 30 minutes and then you're done. No, sometimes the sets are like 4 hours long and you have to change and you have to do this. It's a lot of energy that goes into it. And sometimes it's draining. So you have to be prepared for that, especially mentally. It's not just you show up looking pretty and get paid thousands of dollars. No, it's real work.
Yeah, that seems pretty grueling.
Yeah.
Was there a moment early on where your confidence got tested?
Good question. Let's think. I think when I casted for a fashion show, it was like a major fashion show in Houston, and I did not get it. I did not get cast. And at that time, I didn't realize that I didn't get cast because I'm not the height that they wanted. I'm only 5'4.5". Sometimes I say 5'5" just to make it cute. But they wanted like 5'7" and up. And I'm like, how do I stretch my knees? Like, what do I need to do? So that's the reason why I didn't get it. But at that time, when they were like, oh, thank you, but no thank you, I was like, dang, that hurt, But that fueled me to go harder. So I love no's because when I get that yes, I'm like, I knew it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was that kind of like your first no that you heard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
that one really hurt. Yeah. But now when I cast for things, even like commercials or movies, I forget about it. I don't even think about it because I used to obsess over it. And I think that was my issue when I got that no. Because I would think about it like, oh, I did good. Oh, I'm going to do this, do that. And that's okay to a certain extent because then when you hear that no, that's when you're crushed. But if you just forget about it, when you get that call back, it's like excitement all over again. So I like that feeling more than stressing. Yeah. It sucks.
So would you say it's like easier if you do hear no now? Is it easier to brush it off now than it was back then?
Because now I understand the industry. Certain designers and certain brands, they look for a specific look, even in film. Like if you don't fit the look, that doesn't mean that you're not a great actress. It just means you don't fit this look for this role that we have. So I take the no as just motivation to keep going, honestly.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm sure you haven't heard a no just because, like, you're not good. It's usually just because you don't meet.
Before, yeah, because I wasn't good. Like, my walk wasn't even good. I was twisting my hips too much. You should have seen me looking crazy.
So,
you
had to
the wrong videos, okay? Make sure you pick up the right videos. You got to go back to, like, 1990s, where it's, like, when they were really strict in the industry on modeling. When you learn from that, everything else is easy. Because now the industry is evolving modeling-wise. So just having that base of like the 1990 walk, you can add on or switch it up however you want. But as long as you have that base, you're good. So now I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like in sports. Like you gotta learn the fundamentals first, and then build upon that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what point did you stop thinking of this as just like a talent and more in like a business?
I would say around like 5 years ago.
Okay.
That's when I started taking it serious because I was hard-headed, honestly. I'm like, I don't need anybody to tell me what to do if I already know how to do it. And if I know who's casting and if I know who has the jobs that are open, I'm going to go straight to them. I don't need a manager. I don't need an agency. So with that, I struggled a bit, though. I ran into like mishaps only because the business side of it, I wasn't too sure about, and I was getting gypped. But after like the second time, because I learned quick, after the second time, I'm like, let me get with an agency and take this a little bit more serious. So I put the hard-headedness to the side and started taking it serious like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you mentioned StrutByAce. What made you want to start mentoring?
Oh my gosh, like I said before, when I was looking at YouTube, the wrong videos. I didn't have that guidance. So getting into the modeling industry is easy, but you can fall off super easy as well. So having a mentor or someone that can just give you the basics is very essential, because I walked in not knowing the basics. So like I was in the dressing room and people just getting naked and I'm just seeing everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, is this normal? Like, what is the boundaries of this, right? And a lot of people don't know the boundaries. They think certain things are normal when it's what's a good proper word for it? Being taken advantage of in a way. So just having the proper knowledge of like model etiquette and things of that nature, I wanted to give the models that always ask me questions like, oh, hey, Ace, and I don't know why, right? Because like I said, people think I'm unapproachable. They think I'm hard to talk to and things of that nature, especially if they don't know me. So once I started getting messages randomly from all of these models all over the world, I'm like, what makes them want to ask me out of all people? This is before Strut. So after like 50 messages of, questions about modeling, I'm like, you know what? Let me just build a platform for that. That way, any questions can go to that. I can start classes and things of that nature to help models out. Because I wish I had that help.
Yeah. What's the thing that like new models are usually unprepared for?
A little bit of everything. It just depends, because some new models, they have some type of experience, freelance experience, but once they start working with certain brands and things of that nature, or certain photographers on a different caliber, they can get blackballed really fast. And they didn't know that. So being late, just being unprepared, if you have a mood board and you come in opposite of your mood board, you're deemed hard to work with, or you can't take direction, and that looks bad on you. So at an early stage, they need to know these things are very important to move forward in the industry.
Okay. I mean, if I'm a new model and I want to like learn about StrutByAce, where do I go to?
You go to @StrutByAce, okay? Or StrutByAce.as.me. And book a section. So I do runway walks. I do model etiquette and branding for models, because a lot of people, some new models, they get deemed as Instagram models because they think when they go out, they take a picture, that's modeling. No, that's more lifestyle. So if you want to get taken seriously in the industry as like commercial or things of that nature, high fashion, you need to know how to set up your page, because that's also your portfolio in a way. So having too much random things on there is not necessary. It's quality over quantity, honestly. And a lot of people don't know that. They think, oh, I need to post every day. No, you don't. You can post once a month, but when you post, make sure it hit. So, yeah.
Okay. So as a model, you can't just be like, I look good on my Instagram. This should be good enough.
No, because certain agencies, especially in New York, like the major agencies, you will see models on there, and to our eye, they might not look the best, or they might not be the best picture, but that picture gets them paid. That is the picture that that brand loves, and they continue to get booked. So it's not about what's pretty. It's about what's aesthetically appeasing to your audience, your target audience.
Okay. Would you say it's harder building yourself or helping someone build them?
Building myself, honestly, because I overthink everything. I'm kind of like a perfectionist, but not really, because I know I can't be perfect, but I want it to, whatever's in my head, I want to see that in real life. And sometimes I don't know how to project that in a way. So I'm like, okay, I want this green, but in my head, it's not just green. It's a certain shade that I just can't get to. So for me, yeah, it's that.
Kind of like a perfectionist.
A little bit, yeah. But I know I can't be perfect, but it's like, I just need it close to it, close to my vision. Yeah. And then I can work everything out later.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Definitely feel that.
So by the time we drop this episode, you will have officially put out your first episode of your podcast.
Oh my
Unretouched.
gosh. Yes.
What would you say the podcast is going to be about?
It's going to be very interesting, guys. So I messed up on the intro. Let's start there.
Okay.
I messed up on the intro because it was supposed to be the promo and like the mock, you know, we were trying to do the mics and the settings and everything. So I'm sitting down with my partner and she's like, all right, let's go over it, how your first episode is going to be, because I wasn't even supposed to interview her, you know? So sitting down with her and I'm like, who told me to do a podcast? I started venting and going crazy, right? Why did the video guy press record?
Okay.
So I'm like going off. I don't even know that I'm being recorded. And we started talking. We started going into like the interview style because I'm like, do I want to do it conversation wise or interview like wise? So I did interview wise and it was so botched. Like it was not good at all. But it's called Unretouched. It's not supposed to be perfect. So I think I just want everyone to see my journey, my podcast journey in the raw form because we're not perfect. Like if you go to @Diosa, you might think I'm perfect. But if you go to Unretouched, you're going to see that I'm not, you know? So it's interesting. And I debated. I'm like, I sat for like 3 days and I'm like, do I want to post this as an interview? It's not really a real episode. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
So, that's going to be interesting.
That's going to be good. I think that probably is the best way to approach it. Just be natural.
And I think it's different because every podcast I see, they have it structured a certain way. And I feel like I have no structure. So that's what makes it different. So I do have a few guests on there that are already pre-recorded, and they will be dropping as well. My hair was messed up. No one told me. And I'm like, hold on. At the end, I'm like, my hair's fucked up. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to redo it because it's unretouched. Things happen. You're not going to always have a makeup artist, especially if you don't have the budget. I don't have the budget. You know, I'm just trying to help my community, creatives, you know, entertainment and all of that, because I get so many questions on StrutByAce. And I'm like, I'm only one person. I can only go from my knowledge and my experience. So when it comes to a question on the photographer side, I'm not a photographer. I don't know lighting. I don't know all of this. So that's why I created Unretouched, to get the viewpoint of photographers and actors and all of that, because we can do the same job, but we're going to get something out of it different, you know? So, it's going to be interesting.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
For sure.
So was there a moment that made you just say like, let me just go ahead and do this podcast thing?
Yes, I was actually at Rough Flow and I was talking to Jesse and Jay Humble. Shout out to Jay Humble. We were going over the streaming network they had, roughflow.tv. And I'm like, I like this idea. Like, I'm fucking with it. So I don't know who said what, but then like I already thought of doing a podcast like 2 years ago. But I'm like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? So I sat on that and I'm like, So as they were talking and they were talking about Miles, Fifth or Something, shout out to him, his podcast up on the stream. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was like a wake up moment. Like 2 years ago, you thought of this. You should have started it then, but now you have the chance. Don't miss it again. It was kind of like a light bulb that just went off. And I was like, I'm going to go for it. And literally it was January 26th or something, or January, I don't know, some in the middle of January. And Jay Humble was like, you ain't gonna do no podcast. And I was like, watch me. I said, so February 1st, I was supposed to start filming February 1st, but I didn't. But yeah, season 1 is about to be done. Like I filmed everything in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's really janky. So y'all know, like doing 3 interviews a day, somebody should have told me, don't fucking do that. It's exhausting. Like one episode, I had this nudist come on and he was talking about like nude resorts and stuff like that. And he's an older gentleman and he's just like, oh, if I didn't have to wear clothes, I wouldn't. And I was just like, okay, this is different. Like, I wasn't prepared for the answers that my guests had sometimes. So I'm just like, what do I say? It's quiet, it's silent moments on there. I'm like, you know what? I have to be prepared for this. So going forward, I feel like season 1 was just like a rough draft, you know, like the start of something great. So season 2 is definitely going to be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say the nudist is probably like the most interesting guest that you had on there?
Yes, because I tried to like veer off from the nudist part, and then he wrote like 3 books. He was on Millionaire. I Could Have Been a Millionaire or something, or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I tried to transition to that, and he's like, yeah, when I went on there, I put that I was a nudist on there. So we got back on the nudist thing. And I'm like, okay, let's transition to something else. And I was like, your books. And he was like, yeah, it's a book about a nudist and this and then I was like, okay, so the whole podcast is about being naked. All right, man. We in there. But honestly, it like the story was just so shocking to me that I was like, it was like a whole community, secret society type shit of nudists. And I'm like, wow, interesting. Okay. A whole nother world that I didn't know about.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think you heard me, Ace. Like, I like to be naked. Like, I don't think you get
right. And I mean, he was making that point. And I'm like, hey, if I could let you, I would at this point, but it ain't up to me.
Yeah, like
just don't get naked right here. You know,
I don't think
we
it's
good.
They would appreciate it. If
Yeah,
just, like, put his money where his mouth was.
No, for real.
But that's dope. Looking forward to the Unretouched podcast.
Yes.
Is that going to be available everywhere, or is it
so I'm gonna do season 1 on YouTube to kind of just see, right? Because I was gonna put it on roughflow.tv and stream it, but that's subscription based, and I'm like, I know I will feel bad, right? Because people are expecting Ace Diosa vibe page, and it's so different than that. So they want to see, or I think they're expecting to see something perfect. And it's not. So I don't want them to be disappointed and pay and then be disappointed, like, no. So I want them to kind of see the vibe. And then season 2, I'm going to have a few interesting people come on. And I think that's when I'm going to stream it.
Okay.
Okay. And by then, I'll have answers to the crazy shit I hear.
Yeah.
So, it'll be ready.
Yeah.
So besides the nudist episodes you had, what surprised you the most about starting a podcast?
The preparation, honestly. It's a lot of preparation that goes into it. And I know it's ignorant of me, but when I see a podcast, it's just, some of them flow so nice. And I'm like, they got to know each other. Or, like, they're really just talkative. They just know what to say all the time. But when I started and I was meeting new people and, I had like 150 DMs wanting to be on there. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just selected people that I knew, like my mom, she's an actress and things of that nature. And she has a great story. She had a stroke and all of that. So I wanted to highlight her. And my sister, she's an actress and she's a singer. So luckily they were in the industry already and I had that comfortability with them. But other people that I didn't know how much preparation went into it. It's a lot.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Especially depending on how long you want it. So my videographer, D. Allen, shout out to D. Allen, he's like, okay, Ace, how long do you want these podcasts? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, let's just do this shit. Like, let's just do it. So it was just like so unprepared, but I was like so determined. And yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
That's dope. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a documentary out on Netflix about America's Next Top Model. There's like a whole discussion about like the treatment of the models on there. Like when you see that conversation happening, like what goes through your mind?
That was back in the day.
Yeah.
Try it now,
Yeah.
So I feel like, but the standards of that show came from the industry. They did have a strict weight, a strict height, a strict, everything. And you had to be willing to change. And I feel like nowadays people don't grow in the modeling industry because they're stuck in their image and stuck in their ways. And you have to evolve. So every 6 to 9 months, you have to take new headshots. If you change your hair, you have to take new headshots. So if I have a bob and I'm just like, oh, I'm tired of the bob. Let me put braids in, and someone booked me with that bob, and I go with braids. I'm not getting paid. They're sending me home. So it's definitely stipulations. And I feel like it was just really, really tough back then. And I'm so glad I wasn't a part of that part because now it's more lenient and it's grown a little bit better. So, yeah.
Would you say tough. Like the modeling world is a lot healthier now than it was back then?
It depends on the market. It depends on the market, honestly. And when it comes to high fashion, it's still very strict. It's still very strict. So if you see like Versace and things of that nature, like Dior, you will see thin models. And some people think just because you're thin, you're unhealthy, or, oh, they need to eat. Like, no, they're probably vegan or something. Like, they eat super, super healthy, and they just manage their weight to sustain their career. But nowadays, like when you work with like local brands or just brands that is open to gender and weight and height, it feels so good because you don't feel judged or pressured or none of that. You can just be you, you know, and I love that. So that's why I collab with like local brands and things of that nature. Not only because you can just be you, but because I'm always, especially for our community, I'm always willing to help. Because I was there, you know, like I'm there right now with this podcast. No clue what to do, you know. So certain brands, they're really, really good brands, but they don't get their acknowledgement because they don't have that name yet. So I love to help out and collab.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you have Puerto Rican roots.
Yes.
So we just saw that Bad Bunny brought, the Puerto Rican side to the Super Bowl, the culture to the Super Bowl stage. What did that moment mean to you?
I honestly, I loved it. I loved it. It showed, kind of like Kendrick Lamar, it kind of showed the evolution of the community. And that's what Bad Bunny did for the Puerto Ricans. Yeah.
You enjoyed the show?
I liked it. Yeah. I feel like it could have been a little bit more crunk if I was to be real. Like, shout out to him. He did great. But, like, I was waiting on something, you know? But the visual meant a lot. And I enjoyed the visual for sure.
Yeah. Like Kendrick Lamar, I think he had a story to tell. And he just wanted to tell that story before, like, turning us up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I respect it.
Yeah. And it's entertaining. And you can understand what he's saying. So it's a little bit more entertaining on Kendrick Lamar's side, especially with the beef behind it and all of that. So Bad Bunny, not many people really listen to him if they don't know Spanish. Yeah. So it's like all the Americans looking like, what is he saying? You know? And I don't know Spanish either. So I was looking the same way. Yeah. But
vibing at the same time.
Oh, yeah. And enjoying the visual. It was the visual for me, honestly.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So mental health is part of your mission.
Definitely.
When did that become more than just a personal part?
So my oldest brother, he suffered from mental illness, and he committed suicide on my birthday in 2023. And I didn't realize how deep it was until that moment. You know, I was in shock, but then I had to accept the fact that he had a mental health problem that we didn't really recognize. So in our household, we joke. You know, like, I don't know, you've been around us, you know. We joke around, we kick the shit. So I didn't know certain things that were said to him in a joking manner that he really took serious into heart over the years. So when he left a note, and that's how we knew, he left a note with his ex-girlfriend. He was like, just in case anything happens. And it was like 2 months before he did it. So she finally reached out to us and gave us the letter, and it was heartbreaking. And that made me change the way I speak to people, even in a joking manner. So, I'm a big advocate of that, for sure.
Yeah. Did that, did that have, I can only assume that had a pretty big toll on you, like after seeing that letter and all that?
Definitely. Because my mom, like I said, she had a stroke. So sometimes when she gets tired, she don't remember certain things. And when she got the call, literally, it was on my birthday. So we was, getting ready to celebrate. We was turned up. And then she got a call and then dropped the phone and then went to her car and drove all the way to Houston. I was living in Austin at the time. So my mom and my sister was living with me. And she drove all the way to Houston. And me and my sister know when she gets overstressed that there's no telling what will happen. So we got in the car behind her. We speeding off. The cop stopped us. And he prayed for us. Honestly, we told him what was going on. Like, my mom is not that well. And she just got this news. She's heading to Houston. We just want to make sure she's okay. So he prayed for us and let us go. And honestly, I was in shock, but I didn't have any feelings at first. It's like I couldn't process what was going on. It didn't feel real. So after that, she went to, we finally made it to Houston, and we went to his apartment, and my mom just kept saying, oh, he's going to come back, or he's at the store. I'm waiting on him. She did not want to leave his apartment. And I'm like, that was heartbreaking, and I'm still in shock because I'm worried about her, and I didn't see it or go in the apartment to feel that energy. So to me, I think it was... I didn't want to accept it. It was like, I just can't, this is not happening. So when I read the note, it was heartbreaking, honestly. Yeah. And when I was in prison, I went to prison for like 7 years. I know, it's leading back into what I'm about to say, right? So I went to prison for 7 years in federal prison for a RICO charge, organized crime for the people that don't know. And we couldn't really celebrate holidays or things of that nature. I was 19 years old. I got out when I was turning 26. So I didn't really celebrate holidays. So when this happened on my birthday, that was the only holiday that I really celebrated. And then now I don't really celebrate holidays. I just think of it as any other day. And I take that day to celebrate him. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You went to prison at 19?
Yes, I went to prison at 19.
For a RICO charge?
Yeah.
Do you want to get into that, or do you want to?
I'm gonna say that for another time. Okay. Yeah.
I felt like I couldn't just gloss over that without offering you to.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll say that for the Unretouched podcast, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Yeah. I'll let it all out one day.
Definitely rest in peace to your brother, though.
Yes, rest in peace.
Thank you.
Our condolences for sure.
Thank you.
Have you ever had to choose peace over an opportunity?
I always choose my peace. No amount of money, no opportunity. It can be a dream opportunity, but if it messes with my peace, it doesn't align with me. I only do things that align with me. Yeah.
So if it's not, don't sound right.
I don't care if it's $1 million, and I could be broke on my butt. Like, no. I feel like that's a form of like sacrificing. Like, you're sacrificing your peace. Like, I'm not willing to sacrifice anything that's precious to me for anything.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Love that.
So,
go ahead, man.
What does a reset like look for you after a long week?
Oh, I would go to the woods. So they have these cabins right outside of Fort Worth. Okay. I will go there. Or I will go to the safari that's near Fort Worth too. So Fort Worth is so far. Okay. Because I stay in Plano. So I'm like,
you sound like a real Dallas. Like,
yeah.
Like we think Fort Worth is out of town. You really from Dallas, man.
And it's like right there. Yeah. But yeah, I just, anything nature I love. And I try to disconnect from electronics and things of that nature, the outside world, I say, and just meditate, honestly, and reflect. And a lot of people don't realize how much rest you really need, because you can, like, I will go hard for like a whole month and then disappear for 2 weeks, just resetting, because it resets your thoughts, your ideas, everything. And it's so refreshing afterwards. It's like a breath of fresh air. Yeah.
That's dope. Mm-hmm. The safari, is that like, it's with the animals running around loose and stuff?
Yes. Okay. And you can feed the giraffe. He was on The Hangover too, I think. When
it's a famous giraffe.
Yes.
Okay.
When they had him in the back of the truck and he was driving, and then he went under the underpass, and like is supposed to like cut his head off or whatever and fly. Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
His name is Stanley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you familiar?
Yeah. I love Stanley. I love giraffes.
Okay. What's a random skill that you have like outside of modeling?
I can pick up stuff with my feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Like sometimes like when something on the floor, I'm not bending down. I'm gonna just pick it up with my feet and just yeah. So I guess that's a skill, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a skill. It can come in handy at some point, I'm sure.
Right.
Like if you drop something right there, you don't have to bend over.
Right. You can just pick
you.
it.
Is it called coming in handy when you're using your feet, though?
Coming footy?
Food for thought.
You're like a full dad for him.
That's right.
He has a child on the
I
way.
love dad jokes.
Got dad jokes on deck. I love it.
Thank you. If you had to walk a runway to one song forever, just one song, what would you pick?
That's a good one. I would choose a Lady Gaga song, honestly, because the beat, the energy, it just gives like, I don't know, it just does something to me.
Yeah. Is there certain music that you listen to before you take the runway or hit a shoot or something?
No, honestly, I don't have time. I'm just so worried about like makeup, hair, getting dressed. It's like so much going on that you really don't have time to even think, to be honest. But at photo shoots, I leave it up to the photographer because, I mean, I vibe to anything. So whatever their vibe is, I match it.
I like it. What kind of space are you trying to build long term?
Dig a little deeper into that.
Like, I mean, just overall, like you got the podcast, you got StrutByAce. What would you say your overall? My
overall goal, my end goal. I probably won't be in Texas for this, but I want to be a therapist. Okay. So I want to go to school for that, and I think that's my end goal. That's my passion. I really want to help people. So out of all the things that I do, I structure it in a way where people can be helped from it, so I can help. So yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing with StrutByAce, you helping.
Exactly. Yeah. Even Unretouched, I bring people on so the viewers can get, some type of tip or education or inspiration from it, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's next for Ace Diosa?
What's next? It's no telling. It's no telling. I wonder if I can say that. Okay. Dang. I don't think I can say it.
Don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think
all
I can say it. But I will say I'm partnering with Henny on something big in the modeling industry that is very entertaining. And I feel like a lot of people would see my true, real, raw personality in that. Like no matching energy, just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to keep an eye out for it.
For sure.
We're looking forward to it.
For sure.
If someone else wants to keep an eye out for it, like where can they find you?
At Ace Diosa. It's ACEDIOSA.
That's everywhere. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect.
Or Unretouched or StrutByAce, depending on, what you're interested in.
Yeah. But the hub is all at
Ace. It's me. I'm the hub.
There you go. There you go. Well, we appreciate you sitting down with us today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Definitely appreciate you coming through.
Until next time, guys, we out. Peace.